We're going live. Awesome. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. We are going to be talking about real estate and answering your questions. If you are just joining me, make sure to put your questions in the chat box and let me know where you are from. If you're on Instagram or YouTube, come on, or Instagram or TikTok, come on over here, or just stay there and watch and get some thoughts and interaction with what we got going. If you're watching the recording of this, I'm going to be talking about investing in real estate. I'm going to be talking about answering questions. I go live quite a bit on Instagram and YouTube and TikTok, but on YouTube, I like to do Q&A. So where are you from? Let me know where you're from. Make sure to like, share, and comment this. This is going to be valuable. I promise. We're going to be talking a lot about how to create wealth, and we're going to talk a lot about real estate. So let me know where you're from, and let's just answer questions. Let's just do an awesome Q&A. We're going to talk about investing in real estate. So let me know where you're from. Like and share this. If you're just watching this, like this and share this. I would appreciate it. It just helps, whether you're watching this now or the recording. So let's see where people are from and then bring your questions. W, bringing them over from TikTok. I love it. You want to create wealth. DM me on Instagram if you want my free training. Wealth, I love it. I love it. Long Island, nice. I just spoke with someone from Long Island today. What's up, Carrie? I like it. Thank you. What's up? We got Casey Mo. We got Texas. We got Mexico. We got New Jersey, Massachusetts, Texas, Utah, Florida, Rizzy from Virginia, in Cleveland. Nice. We got Pennsylvania, California. Awesome. So let me introduce myself real quick, and then let's get into questions. So fill that chat box up with questions. If this is your first live with me, write the number 1. How many of my lives have you seen, or how many of my YouTube videos have you seen? Got North Carolina, San Francisco, Alaska, Utah, Colorado. Lisa, Joe, what is up? All right. So we are going to be talking real estate investing. This is your first live, Carrie. Awesome. Well, thank you for being here. Let me know how many lives of mine you've been on. If you are on YouTube or Instagram, or if you're on Instagram or TikTok, come on over to YouTube, or you can stay there. Nice. A lot of ones. We got some Indias, 100 plus. I love it. All right. So fill the chat box up with questions. I'm going to introduce myself now, and then I'm going to get to your questions. So my name is Sam. I'm a real estate investor. I own a house buying company, Faster House, here in St. Louis with my incredible partners, Brian and Lucas. We're going to buy and sell about 250 houses this year. I also own a rental portfolio worth $25 million. So I've done a lot in real estate, and I'm going to continue to do a lot in real estate. So again, if you're watching, throw your questions in the chat box. Like, share, and comment on this. Make sure to hit that like button. I'd really, really appreciate it. It doesn't cost you anything. And share this if you want to share this with any of your friends. If you're watching the recording or watching it live, I'd really appreciate a share, a like, and comment, whatever comment you have, and throw in your questions. So let's just get to questions, and I'll get to as many as I can. So fill it up, my peeps. A lot of questions. I love it. All right. Do I need an LLC? Myra. I believe that's right. Do I need an LLC to get started investing in real estate? No, you do not need one. It's nice to have one, but you do not need an LLC to invest in real estate. I suggest having an LLC because it gives you the right mindset. You're a business owner. It's a good thing to have and do, in my opinion, is having that LLC because of legal purposes. And, you're having, so the reason you have an LLC is because you own your house or your car, and then you want an LLC, and then you want that to be separated from your business. So that's one reason to have it. It also helps with accounting and taxes to have separate bank accounts and separate, ledgers. So I suggest having one, but you do not need to have one. And then also, once you have one, you're going to be a business owner. You're going to start to really, really, get into that mindset that you own a small business. So I think that's cool. You're going to get a credit. You're going to get a credit card. You're going to get business cards. You're going to create a logo. It's just a cool way to take yourself more seriously. A ton of people, I see about 30 or 20 number ones. This is your first live you've seen of mine. Make sure you're following my TikTok, my YouTube, and my Instagram, all under the name SamFasterFreedom. All right. So let's get to more questions. So again, I'm going to get to all these. So share this live, throw your questions in the chat box. Let's have fun with this. All right. Let me stand up for this so you can see my ugly mug. I'm looking to start off my real estate business by wholesaling to get out of debt, but then do the BRRRR for financial freedom and generational wealth. With that said, how did you pay? All right. So Charles, you're wanting to get out of debt first. And I don't think that's a bad thing, but you do not have to get out of debt. I owe money on my cars. I don't believe in paying cars off or paying cash. I owe money on my house. Now, you may have student loan debt or other debt, but it's okay to have debt. If you have a steady income and a decent credit score, you can start the BRRRR by yourself right now. BRRRR stands for buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and repeat, or buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and scale. Again, like this if you have not. If you're watching the recording, please like it as well. Share this with anybody you know that's interested in real estate investing. I promise to do nothing but drop knowledge, not ask for anything in return except for you to follow me. So, Charles, you don't need to have a zero debt to invest in the BRRRR method, but if you have a ton of debt and a bad credit score, you do need to get those fixed. So wholesaling is a great way to do it. DM me on Instagram if you have it, Charles. I'll give you some special free training. Anybody on here can do that, including yourself, Charles. But you don't have to get out of debt. So if it's in really bad shape, then get out of debt wholesale. You don't need any money. You can drive for dollars and do a ton of different ways. But being in debt does not mean that you have to not own rental property. So do a follow-up question if you need it. Keep the questions coming. I am only a couple of minutes behind, so we'll get caught up soon. All right, Charles, again, yourself through, oh, did you start an LLC? I think we talked about that, an LLC at pretty good length. Keep the questions coming. One, I would like to learn how to get wholesale experience. All right, so everybody starts out with no experience. So if you want to wholesale, the best thing to do would be to join your local meetup. So go to meetup.com and join your local real estate investing Facebook groups and get involved in your local community. If you go to the group icon on Facebook and type in real estate investing, there's several in your town. If you're in a decent sized town, there's probably 100 wholesalers in that group, maybe 500. So go there and get to know wholesalers, and go to meetup.com and join your local meetups where you're going to meet a ton of different people. Plus, I have several videos on wholesaling on my YouTube channel. There's other great channels like Pineda, my buddy Kong. They talk about wholesaling on their channels as well. Keep the questions coming. All right. How do you know if a property will rise in value? Great question. Keep the questions coming. Please like and share this. And again, DM me on Instagram if you want my free training, and throw your questions in the chat box. I am not that far ahead. I probably got 4 questions in the queue, so keep them coming. I will get to them. So how do you know if a property will rise in value? I guess you don't know for sure, but just look back 250 years, and this is generally what the real estate market has done over the last 250 years. You see that? It goes up. Now, does it dip in the meantime? Yes, it dips, but your houses are going to go up in value, especially with inflation right now. So could there be a dip? Could there be a crash? Maybe. We can talk about that if somebody throws a question in there. But just know, if you're buying in a good area that houses have historically gone up in value, history repeats itself, and it's going to continue to do so. So if you're buying a decent area, that house is more than likely, like 90 point something % is going to go up in value. Keep the questions coming, though. I love them so far. As a student, can I start this business? 100%. So if you want to own rental properties, you're going to have some type of income and credit. So if you don't have that as a student, partner with somebody, partner with your parents and older siblings, somebody that has that. You can 100% get started. If you want to flip or wholesale, you can do it right now, because wholesaling doesn't require money, and neither does flipping. Well, it requires other people's money. Just a newbie. Thoughts on Dave Ramsey's? Again, follow my TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, please, and DM me on Instagram for my free training. Love this question. Thoughts on Dave Ramsey's zero debt concepts? All right, let me take a deep breath. You all like this if you haven't. All right, here we go. Dave Ramsey's an incredible businessman, smarter than I'll ever be. But Dave Ramsey is going after a different clientele than I go after. Dave Ramsey's key clientele is people that are in a ton of debt, that don't have goals and dreams. Dave Ramsey's core people are people that want to get out of debt and live paycheck to paycheck and retire at 70. That's Dave Ramsey's core competency. That's his target market. People that are a ton of debt, that are bad with money, that have no goals, ambitions, or dreams. All they want to do is get out of debt and retire at 70. And if that's your goals, dreams, and ambition is to get out of debt and retire at 70, Dave Ramsey is your man. If you want to learn how to create wealth and create financial freedom, then I'm your man. That's what I talk about. The only way to truly create wealth and financial freedom in your lifetime, if you didn't come from money, is to get into debt. If you understand how to leverage debt, is the only way to create wealth. You're not going to create wealth punching a clock, working for somebody else. Will you retire at 70? Will you have, $2 million in your 401k that you can hand $600,000 down to your kids when you pass away? Yes. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you're never going to be truly free until you're 70. If you want to be free now and create financial freedom, then you have to learn how to get into debt. Use debt to buy real estate. And that's how people create wealth. I talk about it a lot. I was just on an Instagram and YouTube live chatting about it. All right. Here's Carrie's question. Keep the questions coming. If you can see, I have a passion for real estate. I have a passion for helping others create wealth. That went away. All right. I have a passion for helping others create wealth. There you go. That's not too bad. We'll get that going. Sorry, just checking on a couple things. Of course, that went away. All right. So sorry about that. So I love the idea of buying a duplex, living in one side and renting out the other. I met my wife in college, so we were wanting to have a job, start a family and everything right outside of college. It took a while to start that. No need to get into that right now. But if I was a single dude and wanted to get into real estate, or a single lady, or not married, or my partner was okay with living next to somebody, I 100% would have done that. It's a genius thing to do. You buy a duplex, live in one half, rent out the other half. All, if not most of your owning expenses are paid for. So you live for free, or you live at a deep discount. And then you learn how to invest in real estate, and you learn how to have tenants. So it's a great, great way to get started. Charles, let's follow up on your question. Sorry, my message was long. My question was, how do you pay yourself through real estate? So I pay myself through my flipping company. So my wholesales and my flips are my active income. Did you start an LLC? Yes, I did. And then we went the S Corp route, which is not good for owning rentals, but it's fine for flipping and wholesaling. Melody, does BRRRR apply to New York? Yes. Upstate New York, I would say. Downtown New York, no. So if you think of super expensive markets, the BRRRR method doesn't work very well. So San Francisco, well, all of California, and then like big cities. But outside of big cities, outside Chicago, it works. Even with the high taxes in Illinois, outside of St. Louis, it works. Outside of Nashville, it works. Outside of Miami, it works. It works outside of all of these big cities. Again, if you don't know what the BRRRR is, I talk about it all the time on this channel. So make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Hit the notification bell if you haven't. Go do it right now, because you'll get notified when I go live next time. Do you ever use a HELOC, a home equity line of credit? I do not use a HELOC a ton of the time. I do use a HELOC. I have used a version of it in the past, but a HELOC is a home equity line of credit, meaning if your house is worth $200,000 and you owe $100,000, a bank will give you a loan. They'll give you a loan on part of that equity that you have in there. They'll charge you for it, but they'll give you a loan on it that you can go do whatever. Do you recommend buying or renting where you live? I do, JP. If it's possible to buy, everybody share this. We're dropping viewers a little bit. Share this live if you haven't. Please share it with a friend and like it. Do you recommend buying or renting where you live? I do. If you live in downtown San Francisco, I do not recommend renting there. However, if you live down there, you can rent out of state, but in 90% of markets you can rent and live in. I would suggest I like living near my rental properties. If you're just joining, we're talking about investing in real estate. I'm answering questions. My name is Sam. I'm a real estate investor. I own a house buying company, part owner of a house buying company in St. Louis. We're going to flip 250 houses this year. And I also own a $25 million rental portfolio with my boy, Lucas. So I know a little bit about real estate. So I'm here answering questions about it to try to provide good feedback for you. And all I'm asking for you is like, comment, and share. I'm not even asking for anything. I'm even giving you free training if you DM me on Instagram. I hear there is zero liability in wholesaling real estate. How is that? Great question. So what wholesaling real estate is wholesaling real estate is flipping a house without fixing it up. It's flipping real estate, but without the fix up part. So what is flipping? You buy a house, you sell it. You buy a house, you fix it up, you sell it. Wholesaling is just buying and selling. So you don't have to close on it. Therefore, there's no risk. If you wholesale the right way, you're going to get your house under contract to purchase. You're going to go to the seller and you're going to get the house under contract to purchase. And then you are going to take that contract and sell that contract. So let's do an example. Let's say you get a house under contract for $150,000. You go to the home seller, you give them a contract. Let's use this. You give them a contract for $150,000. I'm going to buy your house for $150,000. Then you take that contract and you sell it to an investor for $175,000. So you got the house under contract at a discount and you made 25 grand. At the closing table, the person you wrote the contract with gets paid 150 and you get paid 25. How you do it with no risk is you do a contingency, a transparent contingency, meaning the first 2 weeks that the house is under contract, you're allowed to back out. You can do an inspection contingency, a financial contingency, a sell contingency. I have to sell this contract for it to be valid. Whatever contingency you do, make sure the seller knows about it. And in that first 2 weeks, if you can't sell it, then you back out of the contract, meaning there's no risk because the seller knew about it and signed off on it. Hi, hello from West Texas. I would like to get into real estate. Currently working on reestablishing my credit. That's all right. Reestablish your credit. Wholesale, fix and flip. My channel has almost 300 videos here on YouTube, almost 700 posts on Instagram, or over 700 posts. And I don't even know, several hundred videos on TikTok as well. So you're going to learn more about real estate by watching my TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram than I knew after probably having 50 properties. So thank you for being here. I would like to buy and hold. Can I do this with less than 20% down? Yes. You can do this with an FHA loan. You can do this with the USDA loan. There's a lot of different ways that you can own real estate without 20% down, but they're not super common. I would definitely suggest the BRRRR, Ian. And then again, DM me on Instagram if you want my free training. Oh, I saw a question about the correction. Let me get to that. I'm a few questions behind. I'll get to this one, then I'll get to it. You don't use any rental income to invest, do you? No, I don't use any of my rental income. That all goes back into the business. My rental income, my rental properties and portfolio is extremely passive. I use a chunk of the cash flow to pay other people to run it. And then I put everything else back in the business. What credit score do you need to have? Sorry, I missed a ton. What credit score do you need to have? Myra, I would say mid 6s to own rental property, mid 600s to own rental properties. But if you have a 550 credit score, not saying you do, you can partner with someone that has good credit. You have a ton of different options, or you can fix and flip and wholesale, which doesn't require credit. Thank you. Let's see if we can get to 50 people. If we can get us to 50 people, I'll just throw the free training at the bottom for you. We're 47 now. So share this and like it and don't go anywhere and we'll get to 50. What do you do during a correction? So during a correction, that you have multiple options. As long as you're not over leveraged, you can buy houses at discount because real estate does this, right? Up, down, up, down, up, down. If you're at the down time, then you're buying at a discount. Eventually it's going to go up. All right. I saw that we're at 50 now. I'm going to throw the free training at the bottom and keep your questions coming though. There's the free training at the bottom now. All right. So you're buying at a discount, so there's a positive. As long as you're not over leveraged, you're going to be fine. Because guess what? I own $25 million in real estate. In 2 years, it could be worth $22 million. But guess what? In 10 years, it's probably going to be worth $35 to $40 million. So it's going to go up and down. It doesn't really matter what my rentals are worth. Let me repeat that. It doesn't really matter what my rentals are worth as long as I'm not looking to sell them. The banks that I deal with have been through 08 before, and as long as I'm paying my mortgages from my rent, which even if a crash happens, I'm still going to collect rent. People still paid rent in 08. You will be okay. Now, if you're over leveraged, meaning your house is worth 100 and you owe 100, that's not good. If you stop collecting rent, that's not good. But if you continually I can't say collect right now. If you continually collect rent, you will be just fine. The properties go up and down in value over time. Banks know that. However, we still got some runway left before there is a potential correction, which I don't see a correction. I see a slight correction, if at all. But I personally still think we have some time left. And then also, if you're fixing and flipping or wholesaling, just get in and out quickly and you're not going to get burned too bad. Because the worst case scenario, in my opinion, would be house price drops 1% a month. Think about that. Worst case scenario, 1% a month, meaning that if your house is worth 100,000, it's going to take 10 months for it to be worth 190,000. That's not, that's not a big gap. It's worth 200. A year later, it's going to be worth less than 190. They don't drop 50% in value overnight. That didn't even happen in 08, and an 08's not going to happen again. A correction might, but an 08's not, in my opinion. Keep the questions coming. I accidentally skipped a couple, so ask them again if I haven't got to it yet, because the thing I'm looking at, if you can see my screen, I click the down arrow and it scrolled all the way down to the bottom. Do you need money to start flipping? No, you do not need your own money, but you do need money. So if you want to flip, meaning you want to buy it, fix it up, and sell it, you do need money, but it can be somebody else's money, a private money lender or a hard money lender. Any question that I miss is answered on my YouTube. Like I said, almost 300 videos. So go to my YouTube after this and hit the notification bell. So next time I go live, I can answer your question if I missed it, and you can see when new videos come out. I'm not the best at like being like super like, I don't know. The YouTube doesn't do that good, but the information is really good. Everybody that watches it loves it, but you might not have seen it because YouTube might not push it because I don't know, because I'm not as entertaining as I could be, I guess. But anyways, you use other people's money, a hard money lender or a private money lender. You need money to fix and flip, but none of your own. We're going to flip 250 houses this year, meaning buy and sell. 175 of them are going to be wholesaling. We're probably going to close on 20% of them. The rest we don't even close on. And the other 75 that we're going to flip, we use private lenders for. So we don't use any of our own money at all. Oh, skip to the bottom again. Do you have sample contracts with contingencies? Yes. If you all promise to subscribe to my YouTube, hit the notification bell, subscribe to my TikTok notification bell, subscribe to my Instagram notification bell. If you do all three of those things, do it with the notification bells, DM me on Instagram. I will send you a free contract with a contingency built in. See, I'm not even asking you guys for anything. I'm just asking for your follows, shares, share this with your friends, share my content. My name's Sam at SamFasterFreedom under everything. What are your thoughts on doing a multifamily BRRRR as a passive investor? I love it, Jeff. As a passive investor, do you mean like passive, like you, I guess passive, like you're not involved at all, or passive, like you're the hard money or the lender, or I guess clarify that. But we have done a multifamily BRRRRs. I've done a few of my BRRRR, a 32 unit, a 12 unit and 9 unit. I'm in the middle of BRRRRing a 27 and 29 unit. So it is definitely possible. Do hard money lenders require any money down? Most do, not all do. Faster Funds here in St. Louis, if you're in the St. Louis area, you got to use Faster Funds lending. If it's a good deal, even if it's your first time, they might not require money down. They might, but they might not. But I do know after you've done a few deals with them, and if it's a great deal, they do not require money down if you're buying it deep enough. Private lenders never do. Most hard money lenders do, but not all. All right, I've already answered a few. Melody, I purchased an overpriced rental property this year, had to offer higher than asking price to have any offer accepted in my area. What should I do with this house now? I would try and sell it, but if you did it earlier this year, it's probably going up in value like 5 or 10%. So you overpaid. So as long as you're cash flowing, that's okay because it's going to go up in value, but you can sell it. Just hold on. I mean, it's probably going to be okay. But yeah, I mean, you do have a few concerns there. I understand that for sure. I'm missing some questions way more than usual. This is Pop, and I apologize. Again, I go live every Tuesday or every Wednesday. I'm a little off today. I go live every single Wednesday at the same time. So I'm not done. I'm going to answer a few more questions, but just so you know, like, comment, and share this if you haven't. I go live on TikTok and Instagram all the time and once a week on YouTube. So don't go anywhere. 15% interest rate and 5 points too high for a hard money lender. That's pretty hefty, Ethan. That's saying it's 20% basically that you're paying. That's pretty hefty. If they don't require any money down and you have $0, maybe it's worth it because, you know, if you're going to flip a house, you know, and make 60 grand, you're going to pay about 20, 25 of that to them, but you're still made 35 grand without using any of your own money. So if it's a good deal and you don't have money, yes, if you have other options like a private lender or other hard money lenders, and you have some cash that you can put down, that's a little steep for me. Most are like around that 15% total. What is the difference between a hard money lender and a private money lender? Y'all, these are great questions. I'm answering all of them, but every single one of these, I know, like I have 3 YouTube videos on all of these. So dig deep into my YouTube. Like I said, it's so informational. I need to get some entertainment and education. I need to figure out that mix. I haven't figured out yet because I have 1.2 million on TikTok, close to 80,000 on Instagram. But YouTube struggles a little bit because I don't think I'm as entertaining on here. But the information is here on YouTube more than anything. So saying that to say all these videos, all these questions, there's videos on. So just dig in. I have people that say they watch 5 or 6 hours of my YouTube on weekends. So just go do that. But anyways, hard money lenders are companies that are in business to lend money. The whole reason they exist is to lend money to real estate investors like you and I to buy and fix up. Private money lenders usually just have some extra money and they want to invest in real estate or they want to invest in you. and they're just individuals. So one's a company, hard money lenders, one's an individual. All right, keep the questions going. What is your credit score need to have? I already said that. That's like mid sixes. You are entertaining. Well, thank you. Well, I appreciate that, Carrie. Follow my YouTube and TikTok and Instagram as well. Do I lend? I've done a little bit of lending in-house to some of our team members, but not out of house. We have a hard money lending company that I don't own that's in there. All right. A bunch of questions on here. All right. So I got to rock out here. I got my 5-day challenge. It starts in half an hour that I got to get ready for. So subscribe to my TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, please. Free training below. DM me on Instagram. We can chat. Follow me on all 3 platforms. Hit the notification bell. See you next Wednesday at 2. Hope you had a good time. Enjoyed yourself. Share with your friends. Tell a friend. Peace.